Good morning, everybody. My name is RlrrRrl. I've been drumming since 1998. I still got plenty to work on. Today, I'm working on limb independence on the drum kit. We're going to review because I'm sleepy. So, we're going to review some patterns that I've already graduated from. I should get my cap and gown on. And in these practice streams, what I'd normally like to do is share how I'm practicing things I'm not good at yet. So, as I'm refining like these limb independence patterns, 39.1, 40.1, 41, and 41.1, etc. So you can find over 400 of these in this playlist to show what I was working on for rudimental and drum kit percussion. Now, often people will come into these chats and ask me questions. Because I've been drumming since 1998, because I've taught every grade kindergarten through doctoral student, I'll get a range of different questions, like questions about whether or not it's worth it to get a doctorate, or simpler stuff like how to hold a drumstick or things like that. So there's over 100 videos in this playlist and over 14 hours of free drumming tips that you can find in my home tab of YouTube. So if you go to the home tab, there's over 2,000 exercises in here, like to work on your chops, to work on your grid variations. There's over 1,000 in there. You actually have to click to show all of them. We've got a bunch of limb independent stuff. This is where I'll be spending my time today. A few hundred marching bass stuff, some drumline cadences, a few hundred technique exercises, also have to click to show more. And then here's 14 hours of drumming tips, some drumming lessons, and then a few hundred live streams, etc. And I just added this one just for fun, which will come out on Monday. It's, it's a goofy video. It's an edit from yesterday's stream. Anyways, I am not good at limb independence yet, so I need to get motivated with Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf is here to motivate me, to help me get stronger. Here we go. Play. Do it. Just do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow, so just do it. Make your dreams come true. Just do it. Some people dream success. Well, you're going to wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. You should get to the point where anyone else would quit, and you're not going to stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it. Just do it. Yes, you can. Just do it. If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up. I need to get his facial expressions down. I need to practice this more. Nice flex, Shia. I appreciate you. Now, the book that I'm working out of, it's called 50 Ways of Syncopation. It's by Don Moyle. Highly recommend this book. It's got 50 ways that you can work on limb independence with the charts that are in this book, the 55 charts on my YouTube channel, or Ted Reed's solos, I think is what he calls it, at the end of the book, Syncopation. Now, the way I'm working on limb independence is largely based off of Gary Chester's idea of limb interdependence. And I've got a video. If you scroll down, this is on my website, which is linked here if you're on vertical. But this is where there's the chop stuff, the grid stuff, and then limb independence. Every one of these playlists, the second video has this one, how to develop limb independence on the drum kit. And it gives you a series of steps that you can use to work on it. Now, I've taken Dom's book, and I put it into this spreadsheet, which allows me to keep track of how I'm playing on average all these different patterns. Now, in a normal practice stream where I'm actually practicing and not just reviewing, what I'll do is I'll skip all these ones in column A that sound technically proficient or musical, and I'm focusing on the ones that are meh or needs a lot of work. And once I get through all of these, then I'm going to go back and try and make them all musical. So that's the plan. Now, last time I did this one, I did this at 190, and it was technically proficient. So the pattern that I'm going to do is a very basic swung pattern that you would typically see in a lot of jazz bands and whatnot. It's just a very basic way to read through the charts. So let me paste it on here so you can see it. It is not the one that was on there. That was the 4-4 over 3-4. We're not doing that one right now. I'm going to take it at a nice, comfortable 160, so nothing too fancy. And we're going to go back to here. And I'm going to go into the swung charts, 160. And I'll just start with the very first set of charts here. Here's that video I was talking about with how to develop limb independence. But inside of here, swung charts. I got to change the resolution. Boop. There's timestamps in the description, so you can jump to any BPM you want. This particular set goes from 160 to 240. And the pattern that I'm playing is this. So ding, 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 ding. Eighth notes are going to be on the snare drum. The longer notes, so quarter notes long, are going to be the bass drum. Etc. Okay? So that's the plan. And we're just going to do the very first chart. Just a very basic. Short, long. So I lose it. Hey. This play along will count off. You can hear it in my headphones, but I've got it muted on your end because of some sync delays. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, ready, and... Headphones are a little loud, and my mouse, I need to flip upside down. Alright, cool, chart number 2. Why, good morning. Hello. 1, 2, ready, and... Man, my mouse keeps sliding around like I was hitting it. Stop it. Stay up there. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, ready, and... Read that wrong. Woohoo! Alright, 2 more charts. And then we'll stretch and massage, and then we'll review some more limb independence patterns, some different variations. This is a very basic one. Ready, and... Alright, last chart. Now, if you were working on this, there's 55 charts that are on my home tab of YouTube, so if you're not satisfied with just these 5, there's many more. We did it. Yay. Hit stuff. Alright, so it's mostly musical. Just having fun, messing around with dynamics and whatnot. Enjoyed it. Yay. Now we're going to stretch and massage. So, first one I'm going to do is going to stretch the sides of the forearms. There's a video under the drumming lessons playlist that's on my home tab that has a better camera angle for these stretches and more. And the video is called This Hand Routine Saved My Drumming, so I highly recommend checking that one out if you want to see better camera angles of this. But this one stretches the side of the forearm. If you do traditional grip or rotary grips like Steven's grip, there's also some stuff in there in the video that shows you how to stretch that. But now I'm going to stretch the underside of the forearm. There's a deeper variation of this. There's also one that you can do on the wall. Also in that video. But this is just stretching. We're just pulling back just a little bit. Now I'll show you a better camera angle a bit. So stretching down here. It feels good. Just gonna sit with it. Enjoy this ASMR drumming experience. And now I'm gonna stretch the top side of the forearm. I'm gonna do that 2 at a time. So I'll just do it on the legs. Goes twice as fast. Yay, math. Oh, the great lie of, yeah, you're going to need to know calculus. No. I'm not actually. Thanks, though. Appreciate you, high school math teachers. You lied to me. Thumb to thumb, so I'm stretching fingers. This is the last stretch, and then I'm going to do a quick massage routine. And pointer fingers. It's one of the problems that I have with like the mandatory subjects that are forced upon students and whatnot is it like assumes that like everything is relevant to everyone and what you're going to do in your future. And so forcing students to do over a decade of math when they might only need, let's say, 5 or 6 years of math, depending on what career or careers you're planning on going into. Imagine if you had been able to spend a few extra years like working on things that were more relevant for you. Ooh, wow, we're getting lots of pops and cracks today. It would have been great. Like, honestly, more media production classes would have been great. More English classes would have been good, except writing stuff that wasn't just 5-paragraph essays. Like, those helped, I guess, for some of the publications I've done, but it's very different style. And the ability to do, like, creative writing versus, like, academic writing, that would have been great. Like, I've done so much academic writing, but I had, like, a lot of friends who, like, wanted to, like, get into creating novels and things like that. Like, sweet. What about a comic? Combine English with the arts. Or a manga. There's so many cool things that you could do in school that we don't do because we just make everybody do the same thing. And I say this as like a educator. I've taught every grade, kindergarten through doctoral student, and every grade level that I'm working with or every individual I'm working with, it's like, well, how can I like match whatever the goal of the class is or the course with like whatever your interests are, and what can we do with that? Whether it was like a graduate class or with master's students or like second graders. Tried to figure that out. Massaging the hands now. But unfortunately, there's so many like constraints put into what is taught in classrooms that it's like 99% something that is outside of the teacher's control. And then at the very end, if they went through things super fast, then maybe they can like, here's how you budget. Here's how you can meditate. Here's how you can work through anxiety. Okay, see ya. School is done. I could rant about that for a long time. And in fact, I have ranted about stuff like that in the podcast that I did for computer science educators. There's like 200 and some odd episodes in there. Base to tip, each one of the fingers. So if anyone's like interested in hearing me actually dive into scholarship and getting extra nerdy, on my home tab of YouTube, you can find that under the Scratch and Computer Science Education section, or just under the podcast tab. Either one works. Because I don't have any other kind of content area podcast, just that one. Cool, so this last one that I'm doing, by the way, is just a massage of the fingers. So we're doing 2 times, sometimes more for each finger. Trying to get things relaxed. Cool, we hit drum, yay. Let's scroll this way. Okay, so that was just a very basic swung pattern that you can do. Number 2. Let's do number 4. I love this one. This one's so much fun. It's more complicated, much more involved. So let me paste it here so you can actually read it. Okay. So instead of ding 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 and ding 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 ding, so what you're actually doing is a 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 on the hi-hat. Cool. Short notes are going to be played on the tom. 1 2 ready and da 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 da. While your left hand fills in triplets on the snare drum. Okay. Anything that is longer than eighth notes, so quarter notes, are going to be played on the bass drum and the ride cymbal. So, and you're still filling in with triplets, etc. Okay, so the left hand is going to be playing taps or ghost notes, so quiet. But what it's doing the entire time is basically like that. Oops, just hitting the rim. Cool. Okay. Complicated. It's fun though. Once you get it down, it's like, yeah. Hit drum. Hooray. Okay. We played it at 1:30. 1:30 sounds good. I don't want to play it too fast. My brain is slow this morning, so we're not going to go at 200. I don't want to show off. I'm going to go back to my home tab. Boop. Scrolling down, past the chop stuff, past the grid stuff. Yeah, we're in the limb independent section. So this is another swung pattern. So I'm going to scroll down to the swung charts. They start slow at 40, and they go all the way up to 240. But because I'm doing it at 130, I'm going to go inside of here. And again, there's 55 charts in here. I'm just going to do the first 5 again, so you can hear the exact same charts, but played completely differently for the different limb independence patterns. So you can hear how just making these like subtle differences can completely change the chart that you're playing. So the more limb independence patterns you learn, the more you can diversify the way you sound on the kit while reading through charts and whatnot. Or, you know, just playing the gig. 2 and 1, 2, ding, 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 ding. So again, it's a play off, so it'll count off. You can hear all the patterns in here, but it's muted on your end. Okay, so short notes on tom, long notes on bass and ride, fill in with triplets on the snare. 2, ready, and... Now, the triplets on the snare being filled in, you can like crescendo, decrescendo, pop some of them out every now and then just to give it some extra flavoring. Put some seasoning on it. 1, 2, ready, and... It's fun. I like it. If you don't like it, that's okay. You can unsubscribe. Get out of here. You have to like it. 1, 2, ready, and... I'm clearly sleepy. I got the tired goose, as my wife call it. It's okay. Good day for review. A 2. A 1, 2, ready, and... Yeah, fun one, right? And that like very first line, you can like keep a check pattern, basically the ostinato going, keep in time, or you can improvise. Whatever you want to do, it's your life. You do you. You're just practicing. Me too. Remind me to tell you about triplets.
Triplets.
Okay. It's in your brain now.
It's in my brain now.
All right, cool. It's mostly musical. Had fun with it. Yeah. Played that one a lot because it's a good one. Let's see. What's another one? Bass drum plays the line? Nah. Swung cymbal, short notes on snare, long notes on hi-hat with left foot? Nah. The Bossa Nova one, so this one with the paradiddle, it's a weird one. So what you end up doing is you play a Bossa Nova pattern. And you might normally... You might do something like that, but instead what you do with your hands is you actually play paradiddles. So if it's a quarter note, you're just playing normal paradiddles. Paradiddle, 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 paradiddle. So with the hands, okay? But then if it's an eighth note, you just play alternating 16th notes where you accent the right hand. And if you do anything longer than a paradiddle, you just keep doing diddles afterwards. So if it's like a dotted quarter note, you just play paradiddle, diddle, paradiddle, diddle. Like that. You know what? It's convincing me. Let's just play it. I was like, nah, I'm going to skip this one. We'll do it. I'm going to put it, instead of playing it all on the snare drum, I'll put the right hand on the ride so you can like hear some timbre differences and whatnot. Okay? So this is pattern number 7. And last time we played it at what speed? 120. Okay, let's try it again at 120. Boop. Alright, so this is a straight pattern instead of a swung one, so I gotta go to a different set of charts. So we're gonna scroll down to the limb independent section. Click on the header to show all of the play-alongs. And we're doing it at 120, so I'm gonna go into the straight charts. It's the same charts, it's just the play-along is different. So instead of hearing swung eighths, you'll hear straight eighths. Sure, we'll do 11 through 15. Sounds good. Maybe. 120. Click. But first, I need to try and wake up my brain more. It says +7 energy as I cover it up. So far, it's not working. More like +5. Deceptive advertising. Alright, here we go. 1, 2, ready, and... Okay, so again, if it's a quarter note, it's just a normal paradiddle, just like accent it. If it's eighth note, just alternating on whatever hand. I'm gonna put the right hand on the ride so you hear the texture differences in the hands. Mess up some of the sticking. I'm so sorry. I know. I made a mistake. Don't worry. It's the first one I've ever made in my entire life. Never when practicing have I ever made a mistake. I only perform. And 1, 2, sarcasm. Ugh, that one messed up my feet. Yikes. Okay, this one's messing with me right now. Come on, Jerry, wake up. You can do it. Do it! Yes, you can! A 2, a 1, 2, thank you, Shia LaBeouf. Two more charts. For some reason, this just feels like super slow. It's weird. Maybe it's because I'm expecting it to be at like a Samba tempo, which is the same like foot pattern, but just, you know, not this slow. Ready, and... Whoa, that's weird. Alright, last one. Apparently I'm allergic to that one. Chart number 14. Won't play that one again. Watch out. Should put a doctor's warning at the start of it. Might make you cough. 2, 1, 2. Here we go. We just got wild at the end. Why? Because I wanted to. Cool. So it was kind of in between meh and technically proficient. It got better. Most of it was just like me being sleepy rather than, like a coordination issue. So we'll just go ahead and say that. Cool. So yeah, a samba is like the same thing in terms of what your feet are doing. You just do it faster. So like my brain wanted to play at like a samba speed. And then the play along was like, nope. No, you are not. Okay, let's see. What's number 8? No. Nope, we'll skip those. Yeah, let's just do a basic samba, I guess. Why not? Why not? Alright, so this one, you're actually like double stop playing. You're mirroring what your hands are doing. So all you're playing is in the feet the entire time. If I could get that double stroke. There we go. And then your hands are just reading the charts. On the longer notes, what I recommend is like experimenting by hitting the bell with like the side of your stick, the shaft of the stick, or adding in some crushes or some buzzes, but you can't really hear those with this drum trigger because these are like mesh heads, so they like vibrate differently because they're quiet heads, hence why you can also see through the cymbals. They're quiet cymbals. But let's see here. Last time we played this at 160, it was musical and fun. Let's do it at 160 again. Actually, let's live a little. Let's go to 161. Whoa! Slow down, Jared. No. I'm being rebellious today. Alright, so we're scrolling down to name independent stuff. So straight charts. So we're going to go into here, and I'm going to pick another one. Sure, 41 through 45. Sounds great. We're going to go to 161. Faster than anyone has ever samba'd before. We're sambaing extra fast today. 1, 2, ready, and... Okay, this is the ostinato. Ostinato means it's the part that just keeps going over and over. Both my hands are just going to read through the charts, and I'm going to add in extra flavor and some flair on some of it. I'm in a goofy mood this morning. I'm so sorry. Despite my face that looks like I'm mad all the time. 1, 2, ready, and... Oh, I read that wrong. No. No. A 1, a 2, here we go. Alright, 2 more charts. I like these charts, they're fun. I need to write more though. 55 is like a lot, but I want to have at least 100. 1, 2, ready, and goals. This is in 5/8. Why did I write that? I must have been tired when I wrote that one as well, because that was a very goofy chart. Alright, 45. This one is less goofy. 2, 1, 2, ready, and... Yeah, that's fun, right? That's a fun way to play through the samba. So the goal, again, is to not just play the ink on the page, but to add in some extra timbres and textures to make it so it's more musical. If it was just the ink on the page, then this would be technically proficient, which in general is what I've been playing this at. This is the average, column A, across these last few times we've been doing this. But I had a lot of fun playing that. Cool, let's do another one. No. Oh, so this is one that I did the other day, 2 days ago when I last did the stream. It's a super fun one, so I'm going to show you the basic of it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Except with your feet, you're going to be at a completely different meter. You're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, still 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. And if you want an extra challenge, this is something that Dom would do in like lessons. So you play quarter note triplets on the snare drum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, you count the 5. And you just keep doing that over and over. So that's a fun one if you want to have your brain melt. Another variation of that I did the other day, and we just recently graduated from, was this one. So I'm going to play this one. We're going to skip ahead. Woo! To this. Okay, so this one is also 3/4 feet with 4/4 hands. But this time when you're doing it, instead of playing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, you're actually doing a double time swung. So this keeps going. 3, 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And I don't think I played it nearly that fast last time, so let's take a look. 125. Let's try it at 130. Will that be too fast? Stay tuned. We'll find out on today's episode of Jared is Tired. Okay, so home tab of YouTube. Scroll down. Go to Limb Independence. 130. And it's going to be a straight chart. Even though it's a swung, it's a double time swung, so it's actually straight. Shh, 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 shh. Jared, you don't need to yell at me. I clicked the wrong spot. There. Gotta do the playlist, otherwise it plays the very first one. Okay, sure, 36 to 40. Yeah, sounds great. Okay, so 4/4 hands, 3/4 feet. Doing the double time swung. Which is basically 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 2, a 1, 2, ready, and 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, boom, chick, chick, boom, chick, chick, boom, chick, chick. A 2, a 1, 2, ready, and it won't line up until the downbeat of the third chart if I did it right. So the bass drum will line up with the first snare hit on chart 38. 1, 2, ready, and okay, so this one I'm gonna stop so you can see it. Each line takes it and repeats it, but shifts it over an eighth note. So this next line is the same thing, but all the rhythms are over an eighth note. So they're on the offbeat instead of on the downbeat, which is like really weird when you're doing like a short-long pattern, like two different melodies. So like short and snare, long and bass. Then you can actually hear the melody shift over. 1, 2, let's see if I got this right. 2, ready, and yeah! Again, I'm in a goofy mood. Okay, 2 more charts. My stick is slipping in my right hand. Stop it. 1, 2, 1, 2, here we go. I wish you could hear all the little subtleties, like the crushes and the buzzes and whatnot. Alright, chart 40. Unfortunately, this is not a very expensive drum trigger. Fortunately for my wallet. Ah. A sheep stopped in. My stick is like slowly just leaving my hand. I was about to lose it. Perfect timing. Thanks. Ready. Mostly good. Well, not meh. It's mostly okay. And I had fun with it. It's a fun one. That was a little fast for my right hand, like wristing it for that long. Like if I was doing like a controlled rebound, like if we were really burning rubber on that one, then it wouldn't be so bad. But with like controlling each one of the strokes, it's just harder on this set of cymbals because there's less rebound with the holes in it. It makes it so it's like way quieter, which is great. You know, my wife could be on a phone call on like the other side of the wall and no one would hear me playing the drums. If you're in an apartment complex, significantly lowers the volume, but it has less rebound on it, so you gotta wrist it more, which, you know, if you want to work your chops, cool. All right, sweet. So that was another fun polymetric thing. So you're doing 4/4 on top, 3/4 on bottom. Let's do another thing. Let's see here. Do 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 boop. Do 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 do. The Baião is speaking to me. Let's do that one. This is probably my favorite pattern. Paste it in here so you can see it. Okay, so what is the Baião pattern? It bops so hard. Right, left, both. Right, left, both. Right, left, both. Right, left, both. Right, left. Well, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. And if you wanna put a little bell hit with the shaft of your stick on 1 and 3, cool. You can get fancy. Ooh. Oh, wee. How fast did we do it last time? 2:10, and it was technically proficient and fun. Dare I go faster? Oh no, we're gonna try it at 2:20. Okay, so we're going back to the home tab, scrolling down. Limb independent stuff. There's thousands of exercises and hundreds of drumming tips on my home tab, but we're just focusing on limb independence right now. I'm gonna go into the straight charts, and we're gonna do this. Sure, 21 through 25. I don't think I've played this one today. Try and like pick new ones each time once you're comfortable with the pattern. So that way you're like sight reading through it as opposed to like memorizing it and like being able to anticipate the limb independence or interdependence. If you are working on new charts each time, which is why there's 55 of them, then you can just like sit down at a gig and they'll hand you a chart and be like, all right, here we go. 5, 6, 7. You'll be like, I got this. Boop. All right, here we go. So, bop, while playing 1 and a 2 and a. Boop, boop, boop. This might be faster than I can play it. We will find out in 5 seconds. It's gonna be a reading issue. Oh no, hold on. So I gotta flip that mouse over. Or it's gonna get real wacky. It's gonna like start and stop the music. 1, 2, here we go. Oh no, I can't read. Hooked on phonics, you failed me. The first 2 lines were bad, I read some more. Wrong rhythms. this speed, like if you just like mess up a little bit with the rhythm, it's like, okay, let me jump in on the next line. 2, ready, and... See what I mean? Alright, 2 more charts. 1, 2, here we go. Yikes! 1, 2, ready, and... Ooh. Well, hello. How you doing? Okay, so mostly meh, out of control, and then my thoughts on it. You are not Sonic. I'm not Sonic the Hedgehog. All right, so 220, too fast. Good to know. Good to know. Note to future self. Nice drumming sometimes. Sometimes we hit stuff. Okay, let's do another pattern. Let's do this one. This one's a good one. So this one, I'll put the what the right hand's gonna play on the board. Class, pay attention. Jimmy, get off your phone, please. Okay, so this is pattern number 48 from Don Moyle's book. Again, this is from 50 Ways to Syncopation. So this pattern, what you're doing is paradiddle pa da da left. So paradiddle pa da da left. Paradiddle pa da da left. Paradiddle pa da da left. Or you could say it's permutating the paradiddle, but whatever. There's many ways to describe things. So we have right, left, right, right, left, right, right, left, and you repeat that. And you make up something on your foot, or in this case, you read through a pattern on your foot. So we're gonna play through pattern number 48 at what speed? 130. Sounds good to me. Boop. All right, so we're gonna go back to here. We're not playing this at 2,000 beats a minute, so we're gonna go to a different set of playlists. So we're scrolling down in the limb independent section, and we're going into the charts. I'm doing this at 130. Or do I want to play it like slow? Like, yeah. I don't know. I'm having second thoughts here. I don't think I've played this one yet. Let me go to one that I know I haven't played. I haven't played 6 through 10. Again, each time you practice through these charts, read through different ones. So that way you're just constantly sight reading through it. That way you can constantly make mistakes. All right. So again, the melody's in the foot. Your left foot's doing nothing, but your right foot's playing. Put an accent on 1 on the right hand, and on 2 on the snare drum on the left hand. 1, 2, here we go. On these like top lines of each one of the charts, you can improvise if you want. Two, 1, 2, here we go. If this is too hard, in every one of these play-alongs, the second video shows you some step sets before this to help you work up to being able to read through a chart like this while doing limb independence patterns. 1, 2, ready, and... Read that wrong. So sorry. Gotta call Hooked on Phonics. Ask for that refund. Not worth the money. Keep reading rhythms wrong. 2, pair, ready, and... If this is too easy, by the way, I've got a bunch of 16th note permutations that you could also play with your foot. So just read through what is the snare part with your foot. They're in the limb independent section on the home tab. 1, 2, last chart. It's a fun one, right? I like it. All right, so it was mostly musical. Kind of bordering on technically proficient when I read the rhythms wrong. So sorry. I had fun with it, though. Go down. There you go. I can press the down key. Look at me. High five. Woo! Now, this play-along is one of thousands, plural, that you can find on my home tab of YouTube. But if you want to find it organized neater, the first link in every one of these play-alongs that, you know, has all the timestamps and whatnot, that's a funny, funny face from Caleb. Okay, so if you go to the first link here, we've got 62 chop exercises. I'm actually, over this next, like, couple weeks, I'm going to be working on some more, like, chopping sprees and stuff. So if you're into rudimental drumming, stay tuned. I've got over 1,000 grid variations, 419 for triplet, 577 for 16th note. Then we've got 36 wacky ones like Hurt to Grid and Taps Only Grid, etc. all the limb independent stuff. This is where I was practicing today. Here's all the permutations, like the 16th note ones that I was just mentioning. Play through those. There's a bunch in there. And then there's straight charts and the same charts, but swung. Every one of these playlists lists this video as the second video, how to develop limb independence on the kit. So if you want to learn how to develop limb independence like I am working on, you can follow the steps in there. There's 476 marching bass related exercises. I'd focus on the timing ones. Once you get this down, get into the fancier stuff like splits timing. These are very helpful because it simulates practicing with other people. We've got several different cadences and whatnot. Got 386 technique exercises so you can work on endurance and speed. I'd play through this like playlist with not only my hands but also with my feet if I was like doing metal drumming. But there's tons of other things that you can work on, like your 3s and 4 strokes or stick control or whatever. So that'll keep you busy for a while. Speaking of keeping you busy for a while, there's over 14 hours and over 100 videos of drumming tips from when people have come into these streams and asked me different questions about how to get better at drumming or how to teach. Then you can check out all the tips inside of there, as well as over 400 live streams if you want to see me practice. And then there are all these scripted lessons with more to come. I just added this one that's going to come out on Monday. So this is the 2025 DCI Finals lots, according to AI. So that was a edited version of yesterday's streams. If you want to see like the full, raw, uncut version, you can check that out on the live streams section. So inside of here, it's drumming according to AI, this one. So if you want to check that out. But anyways, if you enjoy these free resources, share it with somebody else. If you don't enjoy these free resources, then use them. Even though you hate it, you'll be like, I don't like this, but I want to help Jared. Anyways, I'm going to call it here. I'm going to get ready for Rise of the Tomb Raider. I think I'm finishing the game today. I think. I don't know, though. We'll find out. So stay tuned. And then when we finish that, we're going to go through Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which is the final game in the trilogy. I'm rambling. I hope you have a good day. Appreciate you stopping in, and goodbye.